Hi, it's Joy, and today we're watching The Umbrella Academy Season 2, Episode 5, Valhalla. I love this show. Season 2 has been even better than Season 1, and I don't want to wait long to watch the next episode. A quick reminder before we start that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and you get that 2 weeks in advance. Also, the edited YouTube version goes up 1 week in advance, and let's go. Oh, little baby. Oh. Bogo. Oh. Baby. Oh. Why on earth are you sending a chimp into space in the first place? I was not expecting the episode to start like this. Is this the same stuff that was used on Luther? Like, reverse, so like it made him more humanoid and it made Luther more chimpoid? Oh. Oh my god. So Reginald has only ever had unconventional families.
When you say we, who exactly?
Oh yes, 5, yes.
A lot of ambiguity, and that makes me the bad guy.
Whoever you are, you're in my way.
You did run after 5 instead of trying to help Diego. Mummy's not going to be happy with that.
He's a kid and you're a man. Bloody act like one.
And then you ran off. Oh, Klaus. Sweetheart.
What happened?
Please tell her. Please, please, please tell her.
Excuse me.
Got a girl.
I've got a blender and some much better booze. So if we're gonna start drinking,
But he does need family right now, and she does need family right now. I don't know that there's happiness in this future.
I think we earned a day off.
You have a son.
A day off day.
Is that the useless husband?
Give me what you got.
Oh. There are good people in the world.
I am your son.
Oh, and there's a party going on, oh dear. Oh. To be honest, if I was him, I would wait around the corner until like everyone left.
I'm your son. No, you're not. No, I'm experiments with monkeys. Apes. I know everything about you. Please,
I don't know if he's gonna buy this.
I need your help.
Time travel isn't the problem. I have a deep dislike of children. I do not have them. Nor
Yes.
do I intend to have them, but if
Exactly.
I did, I would.
Yeah, he was an abusive father. That does.
I don't
Oh.
care.
As long as you didn't shank my ass. No, bro. You shanked your heart.
Yeah.
Do we need to talk? No, she's married. Dude, that's rough.
Yes. Oh, Luther. Just eat those feelings. Oh.
I don't care.
He does.
Just want a kiss.
Stay out of this one.
Did she transfer something to Harlem when she brought him back to life? Or is she gonna have powers out? Oh yeah, the frequency. Oh. Oh. He sensed that?
Here.
Oh.
Diego's knife.
Why does she want Diego's knife?
No.
We rescued her from those gin-addled, neglectful parents. Her mother who taught her how to live, how to love.
No. Though her parents seem fine.
Said you lied.
What would you say you are on a scale from 1 to ending all life on this planet?
Really?
Diego, put the knife away, you idiot.
Yes.
Well, I would love to see an energy tentacle.
No,
I
you.
don't remember what I did. I'm sorry. If that means anything.
It does. Just going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
I know this is impossible, but
Mhm.
did we all get sexier?
Can't believe I have a sister.
Oh.
I missed you.
Oh. Love them so much. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Everyone hug.
Ghosts can't time travel. Are you kidding me?
Oh, Ben! Oh yeah, she's faked a commission bottle thingy. Why are we going after Diego?
We brought the end of the world back here with us. Oh my god, again? All of you knew?
Oh, Klaus.
So I think we all know what we have to do.
Find out.
Diego's been stalking Lee Harvey Oswald.
And you're working for Jack Ruby.
Allison has been very involved in local politics.
Okay, you started the call.
Thank you.
I'm just a nanny on a farm. I don't have anything to do with all of that.
Well, maybe you do. We just don't know it yet.
Oof. Oof. JFK declares war.
I was there. I saw.
And JFK was alive, so we need to kill him.
I can't.
Is that it?
I saw. We need to talk to him before everyone and everything we know is dead.
Okay, I'm out.
Oh,
Did you even hear me? No one leaves until we figure this out.
please, just at least stay with your family. Rude. Just because you knew you could do that.
You learn how to fight.
Why do they want 5? Ben.
I've missed you all
Yeah.
so much.
He deserves them to know he's there.
I don't know. I mean, we're all crazy where Dad's concerned.
Yep. You are, sweetheart.
I'm awesome. That's very simple. It's all gonna work out.
Your family.
Oh yeah. How do you know?
It's a long black car that's been following us since we left Elliot's. 6 o'clock.
Oof.
A light summer.
Who the?
Well, technically,
Technically, if you afterwards use the word technically, you're already
Oh.
in trouble. Farm Frau
her name's Sissy.
wishes an improvement on her previous love interest, the serial killer.
Oh, Vanya.
Face it, the healthiest long-term relationship in his family was when Five was banging that mannequin. The only thing the Umbrella Academy knows about love. All your emotions deep down until you blow shit out.
Yeah, I'd really like to not do that anymore.
Yes, Vanya.
Come here, Vanya.
Oh. I love my group hugs. Give me all the group hugs. I love them. Yes! I hope people looked in and saw this. I love this so much. Oh, so yeah, that's why they wanted the knife. They're not actually going after Diego. They're just leading these guys into a trap, thinking they're chasing Diego. Right? Oh, yep. Well, one Swede down. Are they going to think it was Diego and go after him even harder now?
Oh, I read it.
Well, come on, big talker. Let's get this done.
Oof. Oh, God. How's she doing that? Does she have some kind of power? If she was that old in 93, is she another one of the special kids or something? Is that why the handler wanted her? I don't have a clue.
Yeah. Together again.
Lovely. What is your plan?
Matters is I have feelings. Okay?
He's right. This Carl's there.
Vanya.
Don't you got it now?
To grab the kid and run.
Just be a little patient while I figure things.
Start to figure out.
Vanya, sweetheart.
See you miserable.
Who gets to be happy all the time?
We can. We were just talking about leaving.
It's the 60s.
Talk. Vanya.
Oh. Just sweetheart, it's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it will be. Maybe don't work for a murderous organisation.
I'm gonna tell you everything.
Yes, I love Ray, please. I would feel bad for you if you weren't trying to murder everyone I love, so. But the handler just made them even angrier. Like, now it's personal. Well, the Valhalla reference makes more sense now with kind of the Scandinavian-y Norse mythology folklore and the funeral at the end. That was another fantastic episode. I'm so giddy over the fact that I got to have my family all together, all of them working together. And yeah, okay, and immediately they fractured off into little groups, but they came together and they were a family. And Vanya and Alison and Klaus, their like reunion hug, the dancing around the barbershop, or the hairdresser's shop, sorry, was everything. Loved that. It just made me happy. And even Diego and Luther kind of being together, and just, I love them so much. I love these characters in this family, and they're dysfunctional. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I loved all of it. I love the fact that we had that scene where they finally properly address how weird Alison and Luther is as a concept. But I do think, to give them credit, when it first started, I was a bit weirded out by it. But I do think the fact that while they grew up as siblings, they also kind of, it wasn't like a normal family environment in which you really would see. Like, I think it's okay in that sense, even though it's kind of weird. But no, so much that happened was just so good. All of them there, and Vanya just being part of the group. Vanya, as much as she's just kind of had a heartbroken again, this time she's had to just be at peace in a way has been so important to her. So her waking up in bed with a woman she loves, dreaming of all the possibilities they had, and then the truth at the end of the episode. Now, while like the 60s, it's still difficult for people to come out as gay. People still find it hard in certain circumstances to be themselves, and that is horrible and something we need to change. So that literally, I mean, the ideal world will be a place where no one has to come out as either gay or straight. You just are dating whoever the hell you want to date. And like, you can still obviously identify, like you can mention, oh yeah, I'm gay, but like, it shouldn't have to be a sit the family down and tell them, you know, that whole thing, because at no point did I sit my parents down and say, I'm straight. You know, so like, exactly. But in the 60s, it was even worse than it is now by a long shot. And especially when you're married to a very controlling, or a man that's like, I'm the man of the family, with all his 60s ideas and everything. Sissy is not in a place where it would be easy for her to leave, especially because given the nature of the women's roles in the world, especially in the 60s, she has no means of making money to look after Harlan and herself. I don't know what the future's going to hold for them. I'd love it if Sissy could somehow come with them on their travels, but then Harlan would have to come with them. For a minute there I thought Harlan was going to have powers, because it was the glowing lights going into him when Vanya resuscitated him. I'm guessing that was just like life force rather than power force. But I just hope Vanya goes back to her family. That's where she chooses to go. So people she knows love and support her. I'm stressed, but I also just love the fact that she has a family around her. So then Alison, I am so proud of her for the fact that she's come to the decision that she would like to tell Ray everything, because Ray deserves to know everything. And I think when you've kind of given up on ever finding anyone else really, or kind of, you've not necessarily given up, but this is your life now, it's very hard to explain to someone time travel and everything. But given how things stand, it's the right thing to do. It's probably the right thing to have done all along, although I don't know if he'd have believed her, unless she maybe used her, I heard a rumour power on someone. Ray is a good man and a good person, and I truly hope he's going to come to terms with it and believe her and help us, join us, or just not tell her she's a crazy person and kick her out of the house or storm out of the house himself. Like, you know, I'm intrigued about what's going to happen there, but I think Ray has, like, he's just such a truly good person and I love him. Also, so I'm proud of Alison. Klaus, I'm proud of him, because who knows what's going to happen with the cult. Maybe the next time we see him he's just going to be like, oh yeah, I told him it was all lies and they chased me out of the house. I don't know. Like, maybe we won't see what happens. Maybe he will just run off and leave them and not tell them anything, but he is facing up to something. He's facing up to something that he did. He is, you know, dealing with the consequences of his actions, which for Klaus, it's a huge step. I also love that he was open with Alison about what happened, what set him off. I wish you would tell them Ben was there, because Ben wants him to. It's not like Ben saying don't tell them, don't tell them. Ben wants his siblings to know he's there. Ben cares about them. So Klaus needs to stop sulking about Ben trying to tell him what to do and tell his siblings that their brother is around. Trying to think of what's a logical way to do this. So Luther and Diego, Luther is not doing well. He is, I mean, he's doing well in some ways. He's coping, you know, he's not trying to put any pressure on Alison to like, you don't love Ray, be with me. He's kind of just struggling with that, struggling with their father, struggling with how he treated Vanya and how he played a part in what happened, because all of them played a part in different levels. He's struggling a lot, but he's fighting through it, and I love that. And I'm just enjoying kind of, I think it's important for characters to have these low points if the low points are them realising the things that are wrong with their life, things they've believed in that weren't worth believing in, like their father, like kind of a lot of things. It's hard to work through that time, but it's so important for Luther to do that, and I'm so excited that he is doing that. And that he and Diego did kind of get through to each other. Then Diego, agreeing with Five about Lila, there were suspicious things, and you know, her in the initial moment choosing to help Five instead of Diego would make sense, because you know, if I saw a grown man I know can kind of handle himself, or even a kid that appears to be doing a good job of fighting but is a kid, my instinct would be help kid. But then once the kid was safe, I would then try and help Diego, rather than once the kid was safe, lock eyes with Diego and run off, you know. So that's where her story kind of fell short. So I'm glad that Diego was able to just be like, no, you're lying to me. Now, when Five, okay, I'll come to Five. Five, yet again, has got this impossible task of trying to stop the end of the world. Potentially, I think a key piece of information would be that Kennedy went to war. I don't know what would trigger that. Maybe they're going to think the assassination attempt was by the Soviets, and then that's going to be why Kennedy goes to war or something. I don't know, obviously, all the behind the scenes. But that, to me, almost seems as though saving Kennedy is what triggers everything. So maybe they have to kill him. I don't know. Maybe that's why there were 2 gunshots, or there are lots of conspiracy theories. Maybe it's going to be the Umbrella Academy that caused all these conspiracies. But they have... also they have an invitation to their dad, which seems very intriguing. Following Lila and then being like, I followed you. Obviously she wanted you to follow her Five. But then I think he also just wanted to follow her to get to where she was going, to find the handler and everything. He figured it out. I mean, I'm so intrigued about what the handler's purpose is here, because she wants Five alive for whatever reason. She seems to be acting against the interests of the commission. Now, has she turned against them because they demoted her? What is her plan here? Does she not want the world to end like this? I'm just so intrigued about what her plan is. I'm scared as well. Because initially I was like, oh no, she's, you know, after Diego for some reason. And then I was like, oh no, she's totally not after Diego. But her plan was only ever going to kill one of them, maybe 2 if she was lucky and they were standing next to each other. That plan was very unlikely to get all 3 of the Swedes, and there were no backups to try and get the rest of them. So all she's done is made it seem as though Diego set a trap for them, and now they're going to have like a personal vendetta against him and the Umbrella Academy, rather than just a little commission one. Stress is all I can say about that. So hopefully Five's going to get some answers from her, although she never gives anyone any straight answers. Lila in that fight was moving really quickly, but that could just be while Five was going through the air in his teleporting, she ran. It doesn't necessarily mean that she can do any powers or anything. But I'm trying to work out, like, I can't remember what year they were born, because the fact that she was a little kid in 1993, she could be the same age as them, and is she going to turn out to be a powered kid and that's why the handler was after her? Who knows? Just so much is going on. And then at the beginning, then we know the history of sweet little Pogo. I love that. I love kind of seeing his journey, and I don't think that older Pogo should have been like, oh, he saved my life, therefore I owed him everything on my allegiance, and I let him get away with whatever the hell he wanted to do because he saved me one time. Like, Pogo, have rights. But that was sweet. And also to see further the relationship he had with the woman he modelled the robot on does make the robot model, the fact that he picked her face and her name, very, very, very creepy because like he had a real relationship with this woman. I don't know. But this was a fantastic episode. I probably missed things because I'm just feeling a bit boggled with how good it was. I'm in love with this show. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and you get that 2 weeks in advance. So I'm already on episode 7 on my Patreon, and you can also get the edited version 1 week in advance if you can't wait. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.